there is a third type of evil that we are presented as we read this, that I think is the worst type, goes beyond the evil we can see. It goes beyond the evil of the system. It's the evil that we still today, in the 21st century, here in Blaine, at Roosevelt, are still struggling. It is the evil of silence. You want to know why the Nazis were able to kill 11 million people in Europe? Because everyone else let them. Because no one stood up and said, excuse me, she lived in Germany for 30 years. What could she have done wrong? Because that's what happened. When the Nazis came to take her, you didn't say anything. You were okay. You're not Jewish, so you just let them take her. But then they come and they take her. Then her, then him, then him. But they're not like you. So that's okay. You're safe. You don't say anything. What happens when they're all gone? And they come for you. Now there's nobody left to speak up for you. You could have saved them. For whatever reason, people chose not to. They were comfortable being silent. As long as it saves my skin, I'm not going to say anything. And whole towns were taken away. Because nobody said anything. So what happens when you show up to school one morning and you walk through the front door? What's your name? Lauren. Lauren walks through the door and they look at her and they say, "Oh, Lauren, you didn't get the email. Blondes aren't allowed to go to Roosevelt anymore. You're blonde, and you're blonde, you're blonde, all the blondes have to go back out the front door and get on the bus. We're sending you somewhere different." Okay, you have to. They send you, you go. Brunettes. You gonna say anything? All of a sudden, you got a little more space at lunch, a little more room on the bus. Miss Pancratz can answer your questions faster. There aren't as many people in class. It's just the blondes, it's fine. But then 2 weeks later, you show up and it's only brunettes now. And you show up and the same people are standing at the front and they say, "Oh, you live in Coon Rapids. You have to live in Blaine to go to Roosevelt." No, we know you have brown hair, but now if you live in Coon Rapids or Andover or Ham Lake or anywhere other than Blaine, you have to go. You're not welcome here. Brunettes who live in Blaine, where are you? Raise your hand. You gonna say anything, Ms. Knight?
Probably.
Really? What are you gonna say? You gonna say anything? Maybe? But you say, "Oh, but now I've got that much more space. I get 2 lockers now." But then 3 days later, you show up and the same people are standing there and they say, "Oh, yeah, we know you're brunette and we know you live in Blaine, but you don't have a birthday in the month of March. You have to go." And all of a sudden, you're left with a group of people who is all exactly the same. That's what the Germans were trying to do. We want to get rid of anyone and everyone who is different. Everyone who is the same, we don't need to stand up and say anything, we're okay. until something else goes wrong. We were already able to blame the blondes, we got rid of them. We were able to blame the people that don't live in Blaine, we got rid of them. We were able to blame the other birthday months, we got rid of them. But now something else goes wrong, and you're the only people we have left. Guess who's getting blamed? You. And guess who's there to speak out? No one. The evil of silence. So let me ask you a question and answer truthfully. Who in your years here at Roosevelt has seen in the lunchroom or in the hallway or in the locker room somebody get bullied and made fun of? You've seen somebody call them a name. You've seen someone make fun of them. Now, everyone with your hands, keep your hands up. Keep your hand up if you said something about it. You went to that person and said, look, you can't say stuff like that. Even if you didn't go to them, you went to an adult and said, I'm concerned about what so-and-so, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's a better number than I had last hour. When you don't say anything, this is going to sound really mean, everybody, and I'm sorry. When you don't say anything, you're as bad as the person who's doing the bullying. You could have stopped it. You could have saved your neighbor. You chose not to. Tomorrow, we will continue this conversation. Thank you. I will see you tomorrow.